My name is Nero Wolfe. I am many things: a detective, an artist, a philosopher, and a born showman with a weakness for dramatic flourishes. The three passions of my life are my orchids, food and drink, and my library. My business hours are scheduled around my morning and afternoon sessions with my orchids, and meal times, which are equally regular and inviolable. Similarly ironclad is my rule against ever leaving this house. I would sooner entertain a door-to-door perfume salesman than risk life and limb in the pinball machine of New York traffic.
I have been Chief Inspector now for 3 years, replacing former Chief Inspector Dreyfus, who went crazy. I am now on a most important case, and I feel that I am up to the challenge. I am sure that you are familiar with kidnapping of Professor Fassbinder. And I have just received a massage in my room that the kidnappers are in this room tonight. And everyone in this room is under their suspicions. So.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I must apologize. I know you were all looking forward to seeing my nephew Raymond West speak to you tonight, especially with his forthcoming novel, and recite some of his very interesting poetry. But I fear he is ill with bronchitis, and he asked that I come and speak in his place. And I said, Raymond, I'm not a public speaker. But after having some conversation with my very dear lifelong friend Agatha Christie, who you may know is the novelist, she said, dear, and in her most imperious, affectionate way, she said, dear, you must go and talk to them. I think you do have something to say.
I go to school. I actually love school. I love learning. Oh, I love psychology. Oh, and then there's painting, learning French. Oh, of course there's playing bridge, tennis, swim team, track. Oh, and then how can I forget driving my roadster everywhere? Oh, and then there's wood shop. Oh, and then auto shop. Oh, and sewing all my own clothes. Oh, and then there's cooking. Oh, and aviation. Oh, and of course reading. I think my next subject will be diving into Chinese history. Oh, and how can I forget my new favorite subject, professional sandcastle making.
Hello, everybody. My name's Joe Hardy, and this is my brother Frank. I'm Frank. We're the Hardy Boys. We're the sons of the famous New York detective Fenton Hardy. I'm sure you've heard of him because he's our really famous dad. But we've also been working quite a bit as some young teenage detectives in our hometown of Bayport, New York. Isn't that right, Frank? That's true. Us and our pals Biff and Chet and Tony and Jerry.
And our creator, Hamill Dashiell Hammett, whatever his name was, he did an amazing job.
Dashiell Hammett.
Dashiell Hammett, sorry. His life itself could have been a book. He was born in St. Mary's County, Maryland, right up the road. Left school at age 13, joined the Pinkerton troupe, became a detective. He actually fought in World War I and World War II and is buried in Arlington Cemetery. But the interesting part is he was involved with Lillian Hellman for 30 years and was a member of the Communist Party. And Nick and I were his 5th book, the last one that he wrote, and we began as a serial in Red Book.
I was born January 13th, 1900. That makes me 28. I was created by Carrie Greenwood. She's written 18 novels about my crime-solving ability. S.C. Davis brings me to life on stage on the ABC, that's the Australia Broadcasting Company. Now, I've been involved in crimes including cocaine smuggling, human trafficking, the opium trade. I've gone undercover as a circus performer, a dancer in a gentleman's club,
Oh, I've solved crimes on the Ballarat train, the auto racing track, and in a convent.
You're all gathered here this evening, sipping your cocktails, smoking your cigarettes, enjoying pleasantries with one another, because I have allowed it. I'm British Secret Service Agent 007. What does that mean to you? Simply put, I have a license to kill.
Thank you so much to all of our wonderful mystery characters this evening. I'd like to bring them all out.